Hi lovelies, it's your girl Mariam again, and I'm back with another exciting and lovely tutorials of how to make this beautiful shirt that I have on my screen. And for this, I'm going to be making 6 to 1 year, and in the process of making this, I'm going to be explaining how to achieve if you're making it for an older child. So let's get right into making the video. This tutorial, I'm going to be using baby lamb yarn, which is a 3-ply yarn. It's a brand from my country. So for this tutorial, what I'm going to be doing is basically measurement, whereby you can use any type of yarn to achieve the same project just by following the measurement, because everything I'll be doing is going to be based on measurement and not just count or chain count like that or stitch count. So other than that, I'm going to be using my 3.5 mm hook. I'm going to be using my measuring tape and my scissors. So let's get right into it. For this project, I'm going to be using 2 strands of my baby lamb yarn, and I've explained earlier that you always follow measurements, so it doesn't necessarily need to be the same kind of yarn you are using. So for the project, it's a 2-panel kind of shirt, and I'm going to be making for 6 to 1 year. So this is going to be our guide for the second panel. It is the same way that we make one panel that we are going to make the second one. So once we are done with this first panel, the second panel that I'm making, you can go ahead and make your own second panel. Then we join together and show how to make the leg and the waist part of it. To start with, you are going to make 7 chain. Firstly, you tie a knot, then you make 7 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So after making 7 chain, the next thing to do is into the very first chain here, you make 3 double crochets into it. So this is how I achieve my 3 double crochets. I'm going to yarn over, insert it into the first chain here, then yarn over, pull out of that, yarn over, pull out of 2, then you pull out of 2. That's how to make a double crochet. Then you make 2 more double crochet into the same chain space. So we have 2 and 3. Once you've done the 3 double crochets, then you skip 2 chain, 1, 2, and into the third chain you make 3 double crochets. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Once we are done with that, we are going to skip 2 chain again, 1, 2, and into the third one, which is also the last chain here, we are going to make 3 double crochets. We have 1, 2, 3. So this is what we have now, and instead of like turning, this is what we are going to do. We are going to be working like this, and once we get here, go back and work back like this. So that's why we are not turning this time around. We are going to be working in this direction. So we are going to chain 1, and into the same space that we made 3 double crochets, we are going to make another 3 double crochets there. So we have 1, 2, 3 into the same space. See what we have now. Then we go ahead into this space that we made, this chain that we make 3 double crochets here. We go directly into that place and make 3 double crochets again. So we have 1, 2, 3. See? Then we go directly into the last chain here, which is also the first chain around here that we made our 3 double crochets. We make 3 double crochets there also. So we have 1, 2, 3. So now that means we are done with the first row, because it's like this. Then we are done with that. This is what we have now. Can you see that? Then to continue, we are going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Once you chain 3, you turn, and once you turn, you see that we have some holes here for the places that we skipped 2 chain there. Then we go directly into the space here. We make 3 double crochets. So we have 1, 2, 3. And in this panel, you will notice that we have 3 edges, which is 1, 2, 3. So now we are going to create our very first edge, which is going to be into this place, and this is how we go about it. We make 3 double crochets. We have 1, 2, and 3 into the same space, 3 double crochets. So this is what we have. Then we chain 3 to make our edge. We chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and into this same space that we made our 3 double crochets, we make another 3 double crochets there. So we have 1, 2, 3. So now we've been able to create our very first edge like that. Then into the same space here, into the same into this next space where we chained 1 to turn the other time. Yeah, can you see that? You make 3 double crochets there. So we have 1, 2, 3. Can you see that? Then to make our second edge, which is going to be here, you see this is direction, we are going to chain 3 again, 1, 2, 3, and into the same space here we make 3 double crochets. So we have 1, 2, 3. Can you see that? Then we go directly into the space here, which is this place here. We make 3 double crochets, and this is where we are creating our next edge, because you see this is going this direction, this one here and this one here. So we have 1, 2, 3. So we make 3 double crochets. We have 1 already, 2, 3, and to create our edge we make 3 chain, 1, 2, 3, and into the same space we make 3 more double crochets. So we have 1, 2, 3. Then we've been able to establish our 3 edges, which is 1, 2, 3. Then into the next space here we make 3 double crochets. We have 1, 2, 3. So we are done with that. Then to end this row we are going to make a double crochet into the very first double crochet that we have here. So we go in with a double crochet into the very first double crochet there. Can you see that? So this is what we have at the end of that row. Then to continue we are going to chain 1, 2, 3, and we turn. The chain 3 stands as a double crochet. So now since we already have 1 double crochet, into the space here we are going to put 2 more double crochets. So we have 1, 2. With the chain 3 that makes it 3 double crochets. Then we go into this next space here and make 3 double crochets there. So we have 1, 2, 3. So once we are done with that, we are going to go into our edge, which is this space here. Then we go in with 3 double crochets. So we have 1, 2, 3. Remember that it is an edge, so we have to make sure we are creating back the edge because it has to continue like this. Can you see that? So we are going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and into this same space we make 3 double crochets. So we have 1, 2, 3. Then we've done our first edge again. Then we go back, we go into the next space here, which is this, and make 3 double crochets. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Then we go into the next edge and make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Then we chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and go back into that same space and make 3 more double crochets. So we have 1, 2, 3. And you see that? Then we go into the next space and make 3 double crochets. So once we are done with that, we go into the next edge and make 3 double crochet, chain 3 and 3 double crochet to give us our edge back. 2 and 3. Then we chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and into the same space we make 3 double crochets. So we have 1, 2, 3. Then we go into the next space here and make 3 double crochets. So we have 1, 2, 3. Then into the next space here make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. So once we are done with that row, this is what we are going to be having. So we are just going to keep repeating the same process because these edges are going to make sure that it gets wider and wider as we walk along. So this is it. Remember, when we want to start this place, we are just going to chain 1, 2, 3, then we turn, which stands as a double crochet. Then we go directly into the space here with 3 double crochets. So we have 1, 2, 3, then into the next space. Now remember, previously we only had 1 space to work with, but because of the edges that we are creating, the spaces here keep increasing. So we have 2 spaces instead of 1 now. So we had only 1 here, then we have 2 round. So we go into the next space and make 3 double crochets again. 1, 2, 3. Then we go into the edge, we make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Then we chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and go into the same place again with 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. So this is what we are having now. This is what we have right now. Then we continue into the next space here. We make 3 double crochets. 2, 3. Then into the space we make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And now we are already on the next edge, so we make 3 double crochets here, chain 3, and another 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Then we chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and into the same space we make 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Then into this next space here we go in with 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Then into the next space here, going with 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Then into the space here we go in with 3 double crochets, chain 3, and another 3 double crochets since it's an edge. So we have 1, 2, 3. Then we chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Then go into the same space with 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Then after that we go into the next space here with 3 double crochets. So we have 1, 2, 3. Then we go into the next space here also with 3 double crochets. So we have 1, 2, 3. And to end this row, remember we are just going to make a double crochet into this very double crochet here, the very first double crochet here, which is also chain 3 if you remember well. So we are going to go in directly into the 3rd chain here with a double crochet. Then we are done with that row. So this is how it progresses. Then we continue with the same pattern we've been working with from this place till we get to the wideness that we need. And for the wideness, remember that whenever we have edges, whenever we want to turn and we have the chain of 3 to end it like this, remember it's always chain 3, 1, 2, 3. That stands as a double crochet that we are going to start with. Yes, then into this space we make 2 double crochets more to make it 3. Remember that's what we are doing. And for each of the spaces here, if it is not an edge, you have to make 3 double crochets. But once it is an edge, you make 3 double crochets, chain 3, and another 3 double crochet. That's how you keep doing it. You keep progressing till you get to this wideness. And before you get to this wideness, this is the measurement that you need for it. So once you have a crotch of 6.5, this part, once you get to 6.5, then you know you have to stop the increments on the side. Then I'm going to show you how to keep increasing to get to the wideness that you need. You have to keep increasing to get to the wide. But once you get to 6.5 here, then for 6 to 1 year, 6 months to 1 year, it's already okay, because we are still going to work the waist on the upper part. So the crotch area is already is okay at 6.5. So I'm going to keep repeating the same process till I'm able to get to the crotch length of 6.5. And once I get to the crotch length of 6.5, I'm going to be showing us what we have. And if it is not enough, like this particular panel that I made, I had to make extra sizes here where I'm not going to be increasing the crotch, but I'm just going to be increasing the wideness. So I'm going to show us how to go about that. I've also been able to get to 6.5 inches for the second panel, and this is what the crotch is as I measured. I have 6.5 exactly, which is what we need to get. And for this, for this panel and this other panel, the number of rows I made was 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 rows that I used to make this. This is how I count my rows. I'm going to count it around like this, and like this is 1 row, this is another row. So I made 8 rows in total, and you will notice that this is a little smaller than the first panel. So this is where I'm going to start explaining a little bit. In some cases, once you get to your crotch area, you might not have had the length you need for the waist, because for 6 to 1 year you need at least to have up to 9.5 for the waist area, and here we only have 8.25, so we need it to get to at least 9.5 so that we can have the same thing here. We have 9.5 for this. When I measured it, it is 9.5 exactly, which is what I need when you measure directly like this. And when you measure around the waist, you just open it a little bit like this, then you have 9.5 exactly. So this is what I need. And how do I go about it? I've already achieved my crotch length, and that means I have to increase this side without having to increase this side. And this is what you do to achieve that. In your own case, you might not use 8 rows to achieve this crotch length. You can use up to 10 or lesser, depending on how long your stitch is and the type of hook and yarn you are using. But for mine, this is the number of rows that I made was 8. So now, to increase the side without increasing the crotch, this is what you do. You are going to chain 3, then you turn. Once you turn, you know we have this, so we are going to do 2 more to make it 3 double crochets, since the chain 3 stands as a double crochet. Can you see that? Then you go into the next space and make 3 double crochets also into that place. So we have 1, 2, 3. Then you go into the next space and make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Then we go into the next space and make 1, 2, 3. Then into the next space we go there into it and make 3 double crochets. So we have 1, 2, 3, just like that. Then into the very last one here, which is also our edge, you are going to make 3 double crochets. So we have 1, 2, 3, and this is where we stop. Remember that if we are to continue, we end up having to increase our crotch area, which is going to be more than what we need. So now, instead of going like this in this direction, going like this, we are just going to increase on this side alone. For me now, for this panel, I made 1 row of this one I did here on this side, and another one on the other side. But in your own case, you might need to do more than 1 row. If you need to do more than 1 row, this is how you achieve it. You're just going to, instead of making a hedge, you are going to chain 1, 2, 3. Then you go directly into this and make double crochet. Then you keep repeating 3 double crochet in each double crochet into these spaces. 3 double crochet, 3 double crochet, 3 double crochet till you get to this point. And to end it, you chain 3. You make a double crochet into this chain 3 that we started with here. So that's how you keep increasing on this side if you've already gotten to the crotch length that you need. So now I'm already I just need to do 1 row on each side, because I was able to achieve this first panel by doing 1 row of this normal one without having any increase on this down part for this first panel. So I'm just going to cut off my yarn here too. I'm going to cut it off since I've already gotten to the length the wideness that I need rather. So I'm just going to chain 1 and end it and cut it off. Once I cut it off, I'm just going to pull through like this. Then the reason why I'm just going to take measurement quickly so that you can see that I don't have up to 9.5 yet. So this is what I have now. I only have 9 inch, so that means I need to make another half. So that's why I said I only made 1 row, so that I can actually put the second row on this side, so that I can actually, you notice 1 row is like half an inch. See, a row is like half an inch, and this is 1 inch. So this is 2 rows that make an inch. So that means for me to have a side that is up to this side up to 9.5. I have to have one more row on this side. I've created one row for here, and I'm going to put the second row on this side, just the way I did for this. One row on this side and one row on this side. So I'm just going to reattach quickly, and this is how you reattach. You insert it into the double crochet here, just this way. You tie a knot. Once you tie a knot like this, you insert your hook into the knot you've tied. Make sure that the knot is the size of your hook like this. Then you pull through. Once you pull through, you chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and pull this end tightly. So you have one double crochet like that, because chain of 3 stands as one double crochet. So now you are going to do 2 more double crochets into the space here. So we have 1 and 2. Then we go into the next space here and make 3 double crochets. So we have 1, 2, 3. Then we go into the next one here and make 3 double crochets also. We have 1, 2, 3. Then we go into the next one with 3 double crochets. We have 1, 2, and 3. Then into the next one with 3 double crochets also. We have 1, 2, and 3. And into the edge we make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Normally, you know, we are supposed to like chain 3 and continue, but since we are not increasing this part, we are just increasing this side. Then we're just going to stop here and chain 1 and end it. Once you chain 1, you cut it off and pull through like that. Then we have our 2 panels ready. This is the front panel and the second panel. So you just use the same method to make the 2 panels. And this is what we have as measurements now. For you to, if we are to make for an older child, probably 2 to 3 years, 3 to 4 years, you know, the crotch length will be longer. For 2 to 3 years, you should be having around 7 to 7.5. So that means you have to make more rows to achieve the 7 or 7.5. And if this is not up to the wideness you want, for 2 to 3 years, you should be having at least, for the waist area, you should be having around, at least you should be having around 10.5. So that means you're going to be doing more sides for it. And once you have our crotch to be around 7 inches or 7.5 inches, that means you might not even need to do more than 1 row also for it. And for this side now, the measurement I have is around 4.5, just 4.5. You might be thinking that it is too short. No, because we are still going to add at least 1.5 inch for our waist. That's 5.5 already, and we are still doing the leg part of it. So you should be having, by the end of that, we'll be having around 8 inch already, or 7.5 inch. So it's enough for the short of a 6 to 1 year. So now we have our 2 panels ready. And how do we now continue this project? To continue the project, this is what we are going to do. We have to attach both sides. We have to join it together before we start working on the down part and the waist part. And this is how we go about attaching it. So we can actually attach in different ways depending on you. You can use your darning needle, but for me, I'm going to be using my hook steel. And this is how I go about it. I'm going to insert into the very first double crochet here. Can you see that? And also insert into the very first double crochet on the other side. Then I roll the yarn over my hook like this and pull through. Once I pull through that, I'm going to chain 1. Then I pull this end at the back to tighten it, just this way. So this is it. I've tightened it like that. So the next thing is you go into the next double crochet and go into the next double crochet here also. Then you yarn over and pull through. Then you go into the next double crochet here and go into the next double crochet also. You yarn over and pull through, just like that. Then you go into the next double crochet, just this way. Yarn over, pull through, then you pull out of this. Then you go into the next double crochet here, and on the other side also, you yarn over and you pull through like this. Once you do that, you keep repeating that till you get to this end. We keep repeating that till we get to this end. So I'm already on the last 2 double crochets on the front and the back panel. So I'm just going to do the last slip stitch, insert it into the space, then I yarn over and pull out of both like this. Then I'm just going to end it here. I'm going to chain 1 and cut it off. Once I cut it off, I'm going to pull through. So this is what I'm going to be having on the side. See, this is it. That means I've joined this side already now. So this is what I have. So when you turn it, it's going to be like this on the, see, look at that. This is what it's going to be looking like. Then the same thing you made on this side, you are going to repeat the same thing on this other side. So once I'm done with that, once we are done with that, we are going to do the leg parts of both sides. Now we've been able to join the 2 sides, and now we have to start the down part, which is also the leg part of the shirt. So this is what we have for now. This is the wrong side of it, and when we turn it to the right side, this is what we are going to be having. So this is it. This is it. See how beautiful it's coming together. So now let's work on this first leg. So for the leg parts, for us to do the leg parts, we bring it together like this and we insert our hook here. Then you take your yarn it over, roll it over your hook like this. Then you pull through, then you chain 1. Once you chain 1, you pull it at the back to secure this down part. So this is what you should be having once you do that. Once you do that, you're just going to repeat it one more time. You're going to make a single crochet there. Then you've been able to close the down part now. So to continue with this, you're going to chain 1, 2, 3, which stands as a double crochet. From there, you go directly into the very first, into the space here. Make 3 double crochets there. So we have 1, 2, 3. See that? Then you go into the next space and make 3 double crochets also. 1, 2, 3. Then you keep repeating that in each space. Yeah, you make 3 double crochets. So you have 1, 2, 3. Go into the next one, we make 3 double crochets. 2, 3. Then into the next one, you make 3 double crochets also. 1, 2, 3. Then into the next one, make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, make 2, 3. Then into the next one, make 3 double crochets. So you have 1, 2, and 3, just like this. Then you go into the next one with 3 double crochets also. 1, 2, 3. So now you notice that we joined this side. Once we join this side, and how do we now do this end? So you're just going to skip these 2 rows, then you go directly here. You go directly there with 3 double crochets. So you have 1, 2, 3, just like that. Can you see that? So you're going to go directly like that into that space. Then you continue with 3 double crochets across till you get to this point. Once we get to this point, I'm going to be showing us what to do. So I've gotten to that point, I've done that round, and now into this very space here, how do we now go about it? Into the space here, we make 2 double crochets. So we have 1, 2, and once you are done with the 2 double crochet, you slip stitch into the third chain here, just this way. Can you see that? You slip stitch into that, and this is what you are going to be having once you do that. Then once you slip stitch, this is what you are going to be having. You are going to chain 1, 2, 3, and into the same space you make 2 more double crochets. 1, 2. Then you continue with, in each spaces you make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. You keep repeating that. Even at this point you make 3. At this point that we you're going to make 3 double crochets in this space too. Then you keep doing that till you get back to this point here. So now I'm almost at the end of that row, so I'm just going to do the last 3 double crochets. So we have 1, 2, 3. Then into the very first double crochet here, which is the chain 3, I'm going to slip stitch like that. Then I'm done with the second row. We've made a first row and this is the second row right here. So we are just going to do that 2 rows, and we are going to now do front and back post at the tip of the shirt. I'm going to repeat the same thing I made for this leg on the other leg too. So let's continue with this. So once we've done 2 rows, then we are going to chain 2 rows of granny strip. We're just going to chain 1, 2, 3, which stands as a double crochet, and we make 1 double crochet into this next one. Once we do that, into the next one we make 1 double crochet also. That's 3 double crochet. Into this next one double crochets here, 3 sets of double crochet. We are going to skip the very first one and go into the second one directly. 1, 2, like that. Then into this, we are not going to skip this, we are going to do 3 double crochets on it. 1, 2, 3, like that. See, then this, I'm going to skip this again, so it's going to be 3 sets of double crochet. You do 3 normal double crochets on it, and on the next set of double crochets, which is this 3, we are going to skip the very first one and go into the last 2. 1, 2. The reason why I'm doing this is I'm trying to reduce the wideness of the leg, so that's why I'm doing it that way. So we've done 2 for this set of 3 double crochets. That means into this 3 set of 3 double crochets, we are going to do 3 double crochets on it. So we have 1, 2, 3, and in the next set of 3 double crochets, we are going to skip the very first double crochets, and into the rest of the 2 double crochets we make 2 double crochets. 1, 2, just like that. Into this next set we are going to make 3 double crochets. So we have 1, 2, 3, and into the next 3 sets of double crochets, which is this, we are going to skip the very first one and work into the second 2 rather. So we have 2. Then into this next one we are going to make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and I've said the reason for that is I want the leg to be smaller, so that's why I'm actually skipping 1 double crochet in between 2 sets. So we have 3. Into this next set we are going to skip the very first one here, then into the second one we make a double crochet, and into the third one we make a double crochet, and into the next set we are not skipping any. We are going to make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and into the next set we skip the very first one and go into the second one and third one. Into the next set we are going to do 3 double crochets since we skip 1 here. So we have 1, 2, 3, and into the next set we are going to skip 1 and go in with 2 double crochets. So we have 1, 2, like that. Into the next set we are doing the 3. 1, 2, 3, just like this. And into the next set we are going to skip 1 and do the next 2 rather. We have 1, 2. Then into the next set we are going to do the 3. So we have 1, 2, 3, and once we are done with that, we are done with the row like that. See, this is what we have once we are done with that. So we are just going to slip stitch into the 3rd chain here at the top here. Once we are done that, we are done with that row. So this is what we have right now. This is what we have for the first leg. Remember, it's the same thing we made for this leg, we are going to repeat on the second leg. So this is what we do now. We are going to chain 1, 2, 3 and make front and back post, 2 rows of front and back post. And how do we achieve that? This is how we achieve front post. We yarn over, insert into the side and bring it out on the other side, yarn over, pull through that, pull out of 2, then we pull out of 2, That's our front post. Then we do our back post. We yarn over and we take it from the back, then it goes through the front, then go back to the back, then we yarn over, pull out of two, then we pull out of two. So we are going to keep repeating this simultaneously by making front post, back post, front post, back post, till we get to the end of this row. And once I get to the end of the row, I'm going to show you what I have. I'm already at the end of the first row of front and back post, and I'm just going to do the last back post. So now I'm at the end of that. I'm just going to slip stitch into the third chain of the chain 3 I made at the beginning of the row. Once I do that, I'm going to chain 1, 2, 3 again. Then I'm just going to do one more row of front post and back post, and that is just, I'm going to finish this leg. So I'm going to do one more row of that. So we have front post for front post, back post for back post, like that, till I get to the end of this row. So that's what I'm going to keep repeating till I get to the end of the row. I'm almost at the end of the second row of the front and back post. So I'm just going to do the last few stitches, just this way. I'm going to do the last stitch and end it. So I'm already done. I'm just going to end by slip stitching into the very first double crochet here. Then I'm at the end of that row, and I'm just going to I'm going to make a chain, then I cut off my yarn and pull through. So this is what I have. Once I'm done with the first leg, this is what I have. Now I'm going to do the second leg. So once I'm done with the second leg, I'm going to be showing us how to go about the waist also. So this is what I have for now. Now to do the second leg, it's just the same way we did the first leg. We are just going to reattach here also. We are going to attach there the same way we did with the other one. Then we draw it and make a single crochet like that. Then after making us, we're just going to draw it and make a single crochet like that. Then we chain 1, 2, 3. Then from there we go directly into this and make 3 double crochet. It's just the same way we did the very first leg. We are going to repeat the second leg also. So once I'm done with the second leg, I'm going to be showing us how to go about the waist. I've done the 2 legs, and this is what it looks like before I start the waist area. To start the waist area, I'm going to start from here, from the center here. Then I insert my hook from into that space there. Once I insert my hook there, I'm going to yarn over, roll my yarn over like this, and pull through. And another way you can do that is, instead of doing that, you can just tie a knot like you want to start a new project. Then you insert your hook. Then you insert your hook into the knot that you tied. Then you pull through that and chain 1. So this is another way to go about it. Then you pull this. So to start, we are going to chain 1, 2, 3, which stands as a double crochet. Then into the space here, into this 3 double crochets here, into the very first double crochet, we are going to make a double crochet there, here on the side like this. Can you see that? And into the space up here, can you see the space of the double crochet up here? You make another double crochet. That means 2 double crochet on the side of the double crochet. Then into the space here, you make a double crochet just this way. Then you go into the next row of double crochet like this with a double crochet. Then into the space here, you make a double crochet like that. Into the space here, you make a double crochet. Can you see that? And into the side here, you make 1 double crochet. Then here, you make another double crochet. So that's what we are going to keep repeating till we get to this spot back. So into the space, you make a double crochet. Into the double crochet, you make 1 double crochet here. Then into the space up here, see, like it's segmented here, you make a double crochet. So it's going to be 2 double crochets on double crochet and 1 double crochet in the space. So like this. So like that. So we have two double crochets here, like there's no space in between. So after making our two double crochets on the double crochet here, then we go into the space of the double crochet here also. We make a double crochet, then into the side here we make another double crochet, like that. That's what we are going to keep doing round. We are just going to keep repeating that round. So sorry, this is it. This is what we have as we are going along. This is what you should be having. I'm trying to like make the waist not too big so that I can stand firmly around the baby waist. So that's why I'm doing that way. So this is it. I'm just going to continue. I noticed that the space here is bigger than the rest. So I'm just going to, instead of putting one double crochet, I'm going to put two. So in case you notice bigger spaces like that and one double crochet might not fit well, might not look well on it, you can put two double crochets there. Like that. Like the way I just did now. So I'm just going to continue like that round till I get to the end of the row. So once I get to the end of the row, I'm going to show us what to do next. Yeah, I'm almost done with the row and I'm just going to do the last double crochet and slip stitch into the chain 3. Remember when we started with chain 3 that stands as a double crochet. So into the third chain, I'm going to insert my hook just this way. Once I insert my hook like that, I'm just going to yarn over, pull out of that, then I pull out of the chain. Once I'm done with that, then I'm done with that first row, and this is what the short looks like. To continue with, I'm just going to make chain of 3, which is 1 2 3, and I'm going to make 2 rows of front post and back post, just the way I did for the leg. So now I'm going to start with the front post, then I move to the back post just this way. And once I'm done with that, I'm just going to continue with the front post, back post till I get to the end of the row. I'm almost done with the second row. I've done the first row and the second row, and this is what I have. So I'm just going to do the last back post and slip stitch into the third chain here. And once I slip stitch, I'm going to chain one and cut off my yarn. Once I cut it off, I'm going to pull through. And once I pull through, this is what I have now. I'm already done with the short. Since I'm done with the project, all I need to do now is cut off the yarns and get a finished and neat product. So this is what it looks like before cutting it off, and I'm just going to go and cut off the yarn and knit it. See how beautifully the shirt came out. And if you want it tight around the waist, you can always have this rope there. It helps make it tighter around the child waist. So if you find this video helpful and useful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.